Hello, it's me, Carlos. Okay, I'm going to start doing the air brake test. Okay. Okay, before you enter to the truck, you need to chock your wheels. Okay, see that? This is the way you have to do it. Chock your wheels. Okay. This is for automatic truck. Okay, only automatic truck you have to chock your wheels. Okay, you see this picture? Okay, you have to use 3 points of contact when you go inside or out. Okay. Okay, when you go inside the truck, you put your seatbelt. Okay, and then you're going to set to the examiner. Okay, I'm going to start doing my air brake test. I started with my first test, and then you set to the examiner. My first test, air gauge and governor cut off. That's the name of the test. Now you have to say the reason of that test. The reason for this test is to ensure my air gauges are working properly and the governor cut off in the form of a sneezing between 120 psi and 140 psi. And then when you say that, before you put the key and on, the switch to on, you have to prepare to set this ABS, you see there? DEF and DPF, you have to set to the examiner. When you put the ignition and on, this coming on and off fast, okay? And the time you open, you have to set that, okay? Okay. Now you're going to set to the examiner, I'm going to put my key and on, okay? And then when coming on, you say, okay, here's my ABS, DEF, and DPF. This coming on and off, indicating it's working properly. And then you read the gauges. You see that one? Okay, this one right here. You set to the examiner, this is my primary gauge, is my tractor gauges. And this is my secondary gauge, is my trailer gauges. And then showing this. Okay, this is my tractor parking brakes, and this red is my trailer parking brakes. Okay, and then you need to check the gauges, the needles, okay? If the needles are over 100, you cannot blow air. No puede subir el aire. You have to put this down under 100 to blow air. You have to do that. Okay, or you're going to lose your test. Okay, you're going to fail the test if you don't do that. Make sure this is under 100 before you start the engine. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to release air, okay, using my service brake. Okay, now deplete the service brake. Okay, go ahead. Under 100. Okay, check the numbers. Okay, I see 100, a little bit more. Okay, that's between 80 and 90, okay? Okay, that's good, okay? Okay, you say to the examiner, okay, I release air to blow air to the maximum. Okay, I go start my engine right now. Okay, I'm going to use my RPM no more than 1200 to blow air to the maximum. Okay, I can use my pedal gas, okay? Just give it gas, okay? No more than what? 1200. Remember, you're going to hear the sneezing, okay? And this truck, when you pass in 125, then you be prepared for that. You can see the numbers there too. I will read the gauges. You need to practice reading the gauges. When you hear the sneezing, okay, be ready. You hear that? Okay, and then you set to the examiner. Okay, my primary gauge is 128. My air governor cut off at 128. Okay, and then you set to the examiner. Okay, You say, this was a good test because the governor cut off no lower than 120 psi and no higher than 140 psi. And then with this you finish the first test, the air brake test. Okay, I'm going to continue doing this. It's going to be 1 to 6. Okay, test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I go do it one by one. Okay, and yes, I hope this work for you. Espero que te funcione esto. Okay, thank you for watching my videos. Gracias por ver mis videos. Miren, este es un bonito día. Va a ser muy soleado. Va a estar caliente. It's going to be hot today. Okay, thank you, señores. Bye bye.